ball. I'm thinking to myself, I can't do this. How we got to the FA Cup 1988? God knows. I don't know. My older brother Justin was a great footballer, and they said this guy is the next Pele. He was scoring goals like I've never seen. Fashanu. Everybody now knew what the Fashanu was.
Bringing you some breaking news this morning.
Former footballer Justin Fashanu has been found dead in a garage in East London. My full name is John Fashanu. I actually descend from Nigeria, but I was born in England, born in Kensington. My father, after he had produced myself and my close brother Justin, he went back to Nigeria, leaving my mother, who's from Guyana, to look after Justin and myself. My biological mother, Pearl was her name, she really tried. But at the age of 3, I was living in a Bernardo's home. If I had, the means, I would not have let them go at all. We stayed there for 3 years before we were fostered. We had touched up Bernardo's and they asked if we could place having 2 black children who were going to be separated who were brothers if they found foster kids. When Mummy, Betty Jackson, put me into her arms and she cuddled me, and I just sort of was taken away. I just put my head in between her breasts and I felt wonderful. This was when I was 4 years old. It is still that little memory from years back, and it's gone with me all these years. And I was fostered to a rural area called Norwich. We decided to move to Norfolk because our own children were off our hands, or more or less off our hands. And we'd always wanted to live in the country. We were the only 2 black kids in the whole of Norwich at that time.
Children know that we won't tolerate racism as far as we can.
Kids will come and they'll say, you Nick, you Sam. I tell you, we're 100 miles away from London. We're 20 miles away from Norwich, and we're a little village, and there are coloured people anywhere. Actually, there weren't any coloured people about. I will tell you, it confuses your life. When I first started playing football, how did that come about?
Thanks to everyone that joining this broadcast. I really appreciate your time on this broadcast this hour. It is another beautiful, lovely time on the African Portal Radio, as I have the great legend ambassador John Fashanu is already with me in the studio, that will be having this conversation together. As you listen to the clip we played, is narrating the journey so far, how he gets to where he is now, and how things happen, how everything unfolds until he become one of the great stars, one of the great legends, one of the people to celebrate all over the world. Everyone, no matter where you are, join me to welcome Ambassador John Fashanu on the African Portal Radio TV International. It is my great pleasure to have you on board this afternoon. Ambassador, how are you today?
Very fit and very healthy, I'm pleased to say. And I hope all our viewers and listeners are healthy and fit as well.
Indeed. Indeed, everyone is listening to you in North Africa, and everyone is listening to you all. This is a global program and a continental show. People are listening to you. I'm expecting a lot of people to join this conversation. Please, if you step onto this show, kindly share it. Invite as many people as possible to join this broadcast. Remember, sharing it is another privilege for this show to go viral. Your is the this show will move forward, and your like is what gives us a lot of pleasure to continue doing what we are doing. So kindly be part of this great time as we will be engaging leader icon in the studio on the African pod. Fashanu, before we continue, let Dumela, Ashe, Moloi, Unjani, in eastern part of Africa, Abarisa, Muchana, in northern part of Africa, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In all over the world, English speaking country, hello, French speaking country, we salute, we say bonjour, every one of you, according to your time and according to this beautiful the African portal. Let me take this global land. Let me pray. I greet you in Hausa land. Okay, I mean in Hausa land, in Nakwana, in Igbo land, Kedu, in Yoruba land. Ekaso. We greet everyone according to your language. We say welcome to the African Portal Radio TV International. It's good.
Lost the sound. We've lost him. Is it this one?
No. It should be
Camera?
sound. Did you reduce the volume?
No. Your phone temperature is too high. Camera? Chat? Mike?
Is when you want to speak. There's nothing. I think it's from them. You can just chat that you lost audio. If you click on chat, you can just type.
What's that? Battery?
Yeah, I think it's battery.
All right, thank you everyone joining us. We're just having a challenge with the network from his side, but we are trying to rectify that problem for us to go fully back. I think it have to do with network because it's driving. So, but we are working towards that to make sure that we get a better signal on his side for us to continue on this program. For those of you that you are connecting, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Keep sharing it, keep talking about it, keep letting it go viral. This is the African Portal Radio TV International, where everyone have a say. The more you share, the more you give it opportunity to go viral. So keep sharing it, keep talking about it, keep letting it go viral. Thank you very much, everyone joining us. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. Please keep it up. Keep sharing it. Keep talking about it. Keep letting it go viral. Time is not in vain on this program as we are in this together. So please keep sharing it. Keep talking about it. Keep letting it go viral. This is the African Portal Radio TV International, where everyone have a say. We're still waiting for him to connect back to the studio. Immediately he connect back, we continue with this broadcast this hour. We just having a bit of challenge with this network, but we believe we going to resolve that network problem very soon. So please stay tuned. Let's do it together. We're going to have him back in the studio and we'll continue with the conversation. So thank you very much, those of you that you are sending us messages, those of you that you are telling us how we can do it better. We really appreciate every one of you. Your time and your contribution make a lot of sense to us. So we really appreciate that. So please keep it up, keep sharing it. Conversation. John Fashanu is going to join us shortly as we establish another communication to him to get him back on track. So please just give us a few minutes. We believe he's going to join us. But before that, let's quickly go to part of the interview that we are having with him earlier on before we continue on this broadcast this hours. Let's just quickly hear from him before we continue as we prepare to get in touch with him. Let's quickly hear one or two things that he has to say about his journey and about things that he experienced as he's growing up. So let's just put that on the spotlight and hear what he has to say. All right. Thank you very much for your comment. I really appreciate. I'm seeing a few comments there. Thank you very much, those of you that are watching. All right, let's hear what he needs to say.
Vinnie Jones, off as well. Royal Highness says farewell to the champions. It goes across to meet the unlikely lads from South West London. So how we got to the FA Cup 1988, God knows. I don't know. But we got there. I remember the first tackle. The first tackle was arranged by Jonesy to hit Steve McMahon hard. Hit him hard so he doesn't get up again. And that's how the whole 90 minutes dragged out. The biggest surprise in football. Well, thank God, this raggedy team called Wimbledon, Raggedy Rovers, we just won, guys. That was an amazing game. Oh, winning the FA Cup final, it's a game changer. It changes your life. I can say that made us, every one of us, all the players, I can say, must have received at least £500,000. And sadly, that's when we all started to get a little bit, the situation got a little bit toxic. Wisey went to Chelsea, Vinny went to Leeds, somebody else went to somebody else. Money had unfortunately taken us and drawn us apart. And that was it. Sadly for my brother Justin, he was at a record low. Things were going bad for him. Now, I've been taken into many, many studios to talk about this situation. It doesn't get easier. It gets harder. At that particular time, my brother Justin had come out and said that he was gay. He said that he was a homosexual. Let's go back, and I have to keep reminding people, this is 20 years ago, 25 years ago. We're not as enlightened as we are now. So I said to Justin, look, I will pay you to keep your mouth shut. He said, okay. He would not say he was gay. Great. I told my agent, go and take Justin to this particular hotel. Beautiful 5-star hotel. I said, put him in a beautiful room, pay for everything, keep him there, and just kill this story. Anyway, my agent now wanted to come out and say that he so I got these, you can imagine, I didn't know that. So the agent took Justin to the hotel, booked him in the hotel, gave Justin the money, a substantial amount of money. And I phoned up my friend Kel McKenzie at the Sun newspaper. This is early on this day. Talk about other footballers, and talk about people who knew, MPs, whatever. Lies and horrible stories. My brother in bed with a politician and other crazy stories. I mean, all said and done, afterwards, good luck to you, Justin, well done. The stupid newspapers paid him. And it was only later on when Justin actually said, well, in actual fact, they were hungry for rubbish, so I gave them rubbish. I lied. Now, at that particular point, Justin was very, very low. I don't know what he did with that money. I don't know where he put it, but I know that he now left the country and he went to, where did he go, Mo? He went to America. He got himself into some very difficult situation from America. He came back to London with accusations which were not nice at all about his conduct in America.
The former footballer Justin Fashanu has been found dead in a garage in East London. Justin Fashanu hanged himself in a lock-up garage in London's East End.
I think, and I think what we're not going to do is we're not going to, right now, we're not going to shed tears. Yeah, we'll be remorseful, of course. Most painful experience in my life. I hope to God nobody else goes through that pain. Hearing that your brother has passed away is the most, I can say, the most painful time of my life. From birth to death, we were always together. Justin was just beginning. I was too hard on him. Hindsight, I wouldn't have been so hard. If it happened now, I would be laughing and joking and there would be no issues. I hope to God that anybody who's luckier than I am, who's watching this, and they're gay, they're homosexuals. You come out, you live your life, son. Or you're lesbian, you live your life, my dear. Don't let any fools like us, like me, then get in your way, huh? Surprisingly, my mother died a year later, so it wasn't all good news, but I now moved to Aston Villa. Aston Villa again was another big move. That was 1.7 million pounds a transfer, going from Wimbledon to Aston Villa. Again, new players, but Aston Villa players, a different ballgame. When I looked at every one of the players, Aston Villa, everybody had 1 million plus on their heads. So we were all 1 million plus players. So it was then that I knew that I joined now as the big boys. Salaries were 3-4 times the amount. The lifestyle was changing. The house became from a small house in London to now a big country house in Birmingham. And things were good. Football was very good. My last game, unbeknownst to me, would come so soon, was a tackle. We were playing Manchester United at Old Trafford, Manchester United Stadium. And I remember it was a 50-50 ball. And I went with a player called Ryan Giggsy. In actual fact, I went to go in very, very hard in the tackle. Giggsy was trying to get out of the tackle. And during the process, his knee hit my knee and it snapped my ligaments in my knee. That was the last game I ever played. That was my retirement. But if you're going to go out, which better team to go out with than Manchester United? So that was the end of my career. The knee healed very quickly, but I decided at 32 it was best that I moved on anyway. No more football.
Thanks to everyone that is joining this broadcast. I hope you are enjoying the conversation coming to you. We are having a serious technical problem with his connection, but we're working towards that to get that fixed and come back fully onto this show, as we have another program on top of the hour, and he also have an appointment with an ambassador on top of the hour. But we're working very hard to make sure that we get him back on the track. But before that, we are listening to some of the journey, most especially things that happen as things unfold on the side. Let's listen to that and listen.
I went and I played against Millwall.
Millwall's fans are among football's most notorious. To outsiders, they are feared and hated, known for their violence and racism.
In all my 30 years, 3 decades of football, I've never been abused, I've never been beaten up or been scared, intimidated, apart from the den. That's all about Millwall. Getting from the coach to the changing room was a fight, because everyone wanted to beat me. And I remember most of the supporters there would urinate in cups and then throw the urine at the black players. Lincoln City only had one black player. It was me.
If there's a bystander there, like a woman with a baby, they'll let the woman and the child out of the way and then carry on with the rugby.
They were very, very aggressive. And I fought. And George Graham, the Millwall manager, he looked at the match and he said, "Whoa, this black kid is a tough guy." Because with all of the crowd against him, spitting at him, shouting at him, chanting at him, he's fighting back. 2 days later, I get a call from the Lincoln manager. And he says, John Fashanu, we've just had a bid by George Graham, the manager of Millwall. They want to buy you. Why would I want to go in East London where the racism is terrible? And you saw how they were just 2 days ago with me. They hate me. The crowd hate me. And you want me, manager, to go and sign there? I said, how much is the money? He said, they're going to pay you £20,000. I said, I'll go. Racism or not, man, this was my big break. I signed. I'm now a Millwall player. I don't know what I've done, but I did it for the money. We went out on the training pitch. This is the first day of me training. Cameras, pictures, George Graham there. The guy said to me, Nick, give me the ball. I said, you are? He said, Nick, give me the ball. I'm thinking to myself, I can't do this. I cannot do this. I struck him. I punched him. I had enough. All of my own teammates attacked me. All of the other teammates attacked me. So there I am. I'm on the pitch, fighting my own teammates and fighting my opponents. And it was George Graham who came on the pitch and them from all finishing me off. They'd have finished me. George Graham very cleverly now got all of the players together and locked the door and said, now, whatever you want to do, you guys do what you have to do. But John Fashanu is a member of our team. He isn't going anywhere. So if you guys want to fight, you've seen what he's done to somebody else, do it. The guy started to laugh. After we talked, we got on, we moved on. Well done today, lads, well done. And that was how I started my Millwall career. And out of all of the years of playing football, Millwall was one of the most enjoyable once they all got to know me. And of course, I became a star at Millwall. I became the most famous, the favourite player of all of the den. And along the way, I was getting the reputation of Fash the Bash. I was realising that I was very strong. This is going to be a long suspension, I suspect. And that promoted me to go to Harry Bassett's team, which was the crazy gang, which was Wimbledon. And I now joined this club, which unbeknownst to me, was even crazier than Millwall. The fans are crazy at Millwall. The players are crazy at Wimbledon. Right under the eyes of the referee. All of us were, can I say, we were more physical in our approach to football than tactical. All Wimbledon players had challenges with their families, had been misfits. When I say misfits, had messed up in other clubs.
All right, thank you very much, everyone. Let us just quickly open the line as the network is very bad. Where John Fashanu is currently is raining badly in Abuja, in Nigeria, and also I have Double Chief Williams joining us on the African portal as well, just to give us the clarity of what is going on and tell us a bit about John Fashanu and about his achievements as footballer and also as a presenter. Double Chief Williams, thank you very much. I understand that the network is not that good on your side as well, but I think we will be able to have a bit of the conversation with you before the line actually cut off on your side.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good and safe. Only that the network is going and coming, going and coming. Quickly, just have a chip in. I want to welcome John Fashanu on the African Portals Radio TV Pretoria, South Africa. It's a pleasure having you. All the world are listening to you, and beauty to be around so that I can listen and contribute. I know you are in Nigeria sometimes ago and trying to establish a good academy for the young Nigerian footballers that are aiming to aspire in their football career globally. But you will not come like that without asking you one or two questions that has to do with Nigerian fashion. Nigerian fashion is about football. In all football all over the world, in all sports all over the world, football comes first in the minds of Nigerians. And some few questions I would like to put forward to you. In all sports all over the Nigerian comes first in the minds of Nigerians. To coach any of Nigerian teams, be it male, female, or junior angle, as your own contribution to help us from the sluggish development of Nigeria. 3, do you see Nigerian qualifying for the World Cup? And what do you think the Nigerian coaches can do to make sure that the Super today are the Super Eagles of yesterday that we all know? Then, how far are you going about getting Nigerian kids that are loitering all over the places right now because of strike, academic strike? A lot of problems in Nigeria. I know some youth are taking to football. And how far are you going on this? These are one of the most developmental area of Nigerian youth football. That is just my take. I look forward to hear from you. And maybe if there is any other further question, I will keep listening. And if the network is there, I will chip in my other questions. Thank you, everybody. I wish you all a happy, pleasant weekend afternoon.
Thank you very much, Double Chief Williams. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for those beautiful questions you sent out to us now. We really appreciate it. We're having a challenge with the network on Fashanu side as well, but we believe that we're going to get him on phone call as the network is not allowed him to talk to the show. So definitely we get him on board so that we can continue the conversation with him, Double Chief Williams. But keep watching it. Keep sharing it, keep talking about it. Invite more people to join us as we are going to establish a phone call to John Fashanu to get him back on the track. If we can not pick up his face, I think we will get his voice. Thank you very much, Double Chief. God bless. Everyone joining us, that is Double Chief Williams, all the way from Lagos in Nigeria. We are having a bit of challenge with the network on John Fashanu's side, but he promised that he's going to connect. So let's try to see if we can pick up his voice as the okay. All right, you back in the studio. I understand that the network.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you back?
Yes, we can hear you. We're having challenges with your network. We know that the network is very bad on your side, but let's just do the voice.
Yes.
I think that will be the only way. Let's use this medium. That will be the only solution to the problem for now, so that we can have a bit of conversation with you before we continue or before we call it a day. Double Chief Williams just chip in now and threw in some questions that I want us to quickly look into. One of the questions that is asking is that what are you doing to make sure that the football in Nigeria becomes something that is going to the next level by helping the children or the younger ones in Nigeria and establish a football academy in Nigeria? I just wanted to talk about a bit about that before we continue.
Okay, lovely. Well, you know, the most important thing is for all footballers who have had happy stories, happy lives in football. You've got to put something back in. It's so easy to take out, and we keep on taking and taking, but sometimes you find it's very hard to put back in. Now, we have established the John Fashanu Sports Academy, which is being built as we talk now in Abuja. it's looking very good. Remember, football is not a game. Football is a way of life. So everybody should understand that. So every time you sell a player or you establish a player, you're helping one of the family members or the whole family to change. So that's what we're doing at the moment. We're building a fully comprehensive sports academy, not just football, it's actually sports. This is going to be something special. We want to have at least 200 or 300 young sportsmen and women who are going to sign up, and we're going to make sure that these young men and women are able to make it into Europe.
Wow. Wow, wow. So if we look at it, because you already established the school in Abuja, John Fashanu Football Academy in Abuja, what is response like? Do the people really turning up? Do you have students? What is the situation? What can you tell us about it? What is the ups and downs? What is the achievement like?
Well, the response has been absolutely incredible. You know, we have and we give the youths opportunity to do one-on-one with Fash, which of course is me, where I take the student for 12 days and I drill into that student what it is to play football. Now, you know, at the same time, I was very, very lucky because I also learned how to box. So I was also a professional boxer. And one other string to my bow was I also, I think, one of the only Nigerians to have 4 black belts in the martial arts, because I loved martial arts. So I will be teaching martial arts, I will be teaching boxing, and I will be coaching football.
Wow, wow, wow. Well, you know, one thing I like about you, you are multi-talented. You also a presenter, a football presenter in England. Tell us a bit about your experience as a presenter in the media space.
Well, that was wonderful because I was playing for a club called Aston Villa. Most people will know Aston Villa in the north. That was a very strong club. But what happened was, I now realized that I had a little something for television. I was getting on to 32, 33, and I thought, what a great opportunity for me now to do some television presenting. I've spent 30 years in the game of football. I was articulate with my languages, which was very useful. And so I now started doing a television program called The Gladiators. I didn't realize I now went on to do 13 years presenting The Gladiators. We had 18 million viewers around the world, which made it one of the number 10 of the biggest television shows in the world. And it was a wonderful television which everybody loved, and so millions of people actually know me as the Gladiator Man instead of the John Fashanu Football Man, which is incredible. Another string to my bow.
Wow, wow, wow. So now what are you doing towards that? Do you also have something, a media space for yourself now, as you have football academy? Do you also have a radio station or a TV station now of your own?
Yes. Wonderful. Yes, we do. We've realized how important it was to have a radio station, or a radio, should we say, I wouldn't call it a radio station because it's not as equipped as a radio station, but we'd call it as a podcast, because now what's happening is we're able to link up with the rest of the world. And of course, most people know that it is a lot of drama being a professional footballer in Europe, being black, having the surroundings of ex-footballers, the crazy things which went on with black people in those eras. And so many people want to hear your story. Many people want to hear your side of the story. So you've got to be able to reach out to the listeners and protect people, telling them your story, which will educate them not to go the same way, or they will say, hey, Big Fash, I like that, I'm going to go that way. So it's their choice.
Yeah, Ambassador John Fashanu, you experienced a lot of things growing up. You are the only black kids in some area where you grew up. I listened to some of your interview before this show. Tell us a bit. What can you remember when we are talking about the a kind of racism against or ratio against the black as a black man? What can you remember? What happened as you are growing up? Can you tell us a bit about your experience, about your color, about who you are?
Well, what was very clear was that racism is endemic system. Anybody who thinks it's going to go away in 50, 20 years, they need their head screwed on. It's there and it's not going to change. I remember playing at one of my most famous stadiums, the San Siro Stadium in Italy. We were playing Inter Milan, in a cup qualification, and I remember vividly I was the captain. And I came out, I was playing for Aston Villa in the UK, and all of that, the Italian fans now started shouting, "Fasci, fasci, fasci." Well, I thought that was a lovely accolade, shouting "Fasci" because they liked me. I thought, wow, this is fantastic. So I now ran to the edge of where they were all sitting, the stadium where they were all sitting down, and they all put up their plastic cups, and I'll never forget because they were red plastic cups and they were cheering me, and I thought like an idiot, oh, they must love me. And seconds later they all went wow, and they threw the cups at me. Little did I know that they urinated in all of the cups, and I was covered from head to toe in, I'm sorry to say, urine. And I will never forget it because I had somebody, one of them had red blood in his urine because I got it all over my shirt and we were wearing white shirts. So that red in the urine was horrible. And I got some of it in my mouth, in my hair. But this is, if you want to be a professional footballer, you've got to be able to pass those things by. You will never, ever get on those situations. And that was really the beginning of racism for me.
Wow. Wow. No, I really appreciate you for that, because you mentioned it in your previous interview, which I'm listening to. But saying it now, it gave me a lot of burns in my hands, because that is very ridiculous. But I don't want to go too much into that. Let's quickly look at what you are doing right now. You're helping a lot of Nigerians. You're developing a lot of youth. You are working with the Nigerian government to make sure that the football become one of the great sports in Nigeria. Let's quickly look at Nigeria Super Eagle. Do you see Nigeria Super Eagle qualify for this coming World Cup?
Well, this is very sad. It's sad that you would call me and ask me, do I think that they would qualify? The question which most people would say is, when they're qualified, Big Fash, what are you going to do? Take them all out for a drink? Well, this is where we actually are in Nigeria at the moment. We've brought in a foreign, and I'm sorry, any listeners, I'm sorry to say it, he's a white coach who's come from Europe. Why is it that Nigeria, the most populated country in Africa, why is it that we need to go outside to Europe and bring in a European coach to coach the Super Eagles when we have people like JJ Okocha, we have people like Austin Eguavon, we have John Fashanu, we have so many wonderful would-be coaches. Why is it that we do not believe in ourselves? This is the question I ask myself. And do I think that we're going to qualify? I'm not sure. Now, you can see the hesitancy in me, and I've been in the game 35 years. I'm not sure whether we're going to qualify or not. So it tells you we are not in a good position via football, that's for sure. We're not in a good position.
Okay, John Fashanu, Ambassador, sorry about this, because this is very pathetic and very painful. That, I mean, we have people like you in Nigeria that can coach Super Eagle of Nigeria. I remember when Stephen Keshi coaching Nigeria, how we perform and our achievements. But what is causing the problem? Is it that you are not applying for the job, or the federal government doesn't want to take people like you? What is causing the problem?
Well, let's be very honest here because, I think it's very important. I think that the opportunities, any of us who have created a name for themselves playing in Europe, nobody wants us. Nobody wants us at all. I thank God that I've been very successful and I don't need the job myself. But to think of some of my very close, big name footballers who actually are looking for money now, but they have all the experience. They played in the INT'L, English Premier League. They played all over. And yet they come back home to the motherland and they can get no job. And they will see somebody else come from Europe getting 6 times whatever they would be getting. And he's doing a terrible job. We're collapsing terribly. But we want to hold on to that European man because the Europeans do it best. No, when are we going to start thinking the right way? That's what I ask myself, and this is why we're creating the Sports Academy. This is why it's not just a football academy, it's a fully comprehensive sports academy. So we're not leaving out martial arts, table tennis, rugby, whatever there might be. We've got to give sport in general a very strong push.
Okay, Ambassador John Fashanu, a lot of people will be listening to you that will love to be part of the school. Please kindly dish out where is the school located and how can people reach out to you? Because I'm having a lot of calls now as we are talking. A lot of calls are trying to come in, which I'm not going to be able to pick any call for now. Please kindly dish out where the school is and how can people get in touch with you? Because a lot of people are interested in this.
Right. Well, good for us. The school is being based in Abuja, in an estate called, like your wonderful estate you have in South Africa, Sun City. When you think of Sun City anywhere in the world, you know that's the best estate. Exactly. South Africa and Abuja, Sun City. So that's where the academy is. That's where we're bringing an enormous academy. And anybody, and please, anybody, to get hold of John Fashanu is quite easily done because you can get it on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you follow me, and just say, yes, I want to be a part of this Fash, and you're there. We'll bring you in, which is very important.
Wow. I can't wait to be in Sun City in Nigeria because I've been in Sun City in northern part of South Africa, in northwest of South Africa. But I would love to be in Sun City in Nigeria as well. Everyone listening to us, you heard that yourself, that we have this great sports academy in Nigeria in Sun City. Ambassador John Fashanu Sports School. So please take your children there. That is when you can get a solid education when it comes to sports. Not only football, but sports. Okay. All right. Ambassador, I know you have an appointment. You have an appointment for 4 o'clock Nigerian time. I don't wanna delay you. I don't wanna bore you. I know the network have caused a bit of delay between us, but let me just allow you to say one thing before I allow you to attend to your meeting. Then, by the grace of God, we're going to arrange. Remember, we're going to be having a sports show on the African portal where we'll be bringing you in for you to be encouraging the people, and especially Africa, because it's not only about Nigeria. You are a continental, star. You contribute to Africa, not only to Nigeria. So, but we're going to still make arrangements with that. But having said that, let me allow you to go and attend to the meeting you have from 4 o'clock Nigerian time.
Okay.
Before I let you go.
Okay. Yes, go on.
Okay, before I let you go, I just want you to say one thing to the listeners, the youth that listening to us, especially those who that have interest in sport. I just want your advice for them. But you want to say something, say that, then advise them.
Wonderful. You are as good as you think you are. Often I go into universities, I go into schools, I go into football academies, and I ask all the crowd, all the children, the youths, I say, if you are the best at football, put your hand up. That's a crowd of maybe 200 youths, and nobody will put their hand up.
then you look at somebody and he wants to put his hand up, but he's so worried, he's so scared. And I walk away and I say, I cannot work with youths that are not positive. You, as a youth, have to believe you are the best. If you believe you are the best, you have a chance to be the best.
Wow.
Now, let me just remind you and open you the book a little bit so you understand who John Fashanu is and still is. My older brother was the first gay black footballer in the world, in England. So not only was I black, I also had a brother who was a homosexual and he was gay. And he was also the first £1 million footballer black in the world. Now, how did I survive? Because it was only a few years later, very sadly, my elder brother, Justin, committed suicide because he just couldn't take the pressure. He couldn't take what he saw. He couldn't take the lack of us understanding him, which I was the first one who didn't understand him. So when you move on, you understand that you have to grasp that bell that says you are the best. You have to be able to look me in the face and say, sir, I am the best. And I want you to look in my face and say, sir, this is who I am and I'm not changing for anyone. That is the strength you have to be a professional footballer. Because I assure you, whether you're black, whether you're white, you will take, excuse my language, a hell of a lot of nasty things out there. Shit. So please be confident to be a footballer, a sportsman, to get to the stage of being a legend. You have to have a strong mind and believe in yourself.
Wow.
Great, thank you.
Wow, that's a beautiful one. That's a beautiful one. Before I let you go, this question come in. I would like you to quickly respond to it in 1 minute. What inspired you to sport and why do you choose football?
Well, that's a wonderful question. We go back into that racism box again. When I was playing, we were all white. I was the only black student in the class of 600. And they said, hey, look at that black boy. He can run fast. Whoa, that black boy kicks the ball hard. I didn't even know about football. But I realized that I had this interesting, shall we say, love of a game. And that was only because the teachers were telling me every day, you're good and you're black. You can jump like that. Wow. And I realized that whether they liked it or not, I seemed to be faster than most of the white boys. I seemed to jump higher than most of the white boys. I seem to do better on the ball than most of the white boys. And they now said, let's give him the captaincy. And they gave me the captaincy. And I never looked back. I never looked back. That was it.
Wow. Wow. Ambassador John Fashanu, it is my great pleasure having you on board on the African Portal. I believe we're going to have a return of this because this is just is a preamble. We didn't see your face, we just hear your voice. We're going to have the one that we're going to bring you live to the studio, and I'm expecting you in South Africa. But before then, I'm also coming to Nigeria very soon to see your sport academy very soon. So please keep doing the great job that you are doing. I appreciate your time on the African Portal, and thank you for accepting our invitation to be on here. To all our team, thank you very much. Double Chief Aki Williams, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
May I say one last thing?
Please go ahead and
follow us at the real John Fashanu. You will find me on Facebook and you will find me on Twitter everywhere. All right? The real John Fashanu.
Great. Real John Fashanu. That is the handle. Please go and check it out. And also you can listen to some of his invitations, some of his interview, and also some of the message from him, because it's not only a sportsman or a presenter, he's also a motivational speaker, because I listen to him and I derive a lot of inspiration from him. Ambassador John Fashanu, once again, thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate your time on this broadcast this hour. Keep doing the great work you are doing. I wish you success in your meeting that you are going into, but we talk some more after the show. Keep well. God bless you.
Thank you, God. Guys, let's do it again soon. Thank you. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. God bless you. Bye for now. Everyone, thank you very, very much. That is John Fashanu. Ambassador John Fashanu is a legend. Let me just tell you a bit about him. For those of you that you don't have an idea, for those of you that you don't know him, for those of you that you may be, you may not sure who John Fashanu is, let me just quickly give you a kind of background of who John Fashanu is. He's a great African citizen. John Fashanu is an English television presenter and a former professional footballer in the former career. He was a powerful center forward from 1978 until 1995, most notably in an 8-year spell at Wimbledon F.C., in which he won the FA Cup in 1988. Thank you very much. I'm having a call. We'll continue from there some other time. Thank you very much for those of you that joined us. I really appreciate it. Those of you that are trying to call, we are live now. We will not be able to pick any call for now as we are about to round up this show. Thank you very much. Join for John Fashanu soon. We are putting a show together whereby John Fashanu will be in the studio live talking about sport, talking about football, and talking about his life experience. So please watch out for it. God bless you. Join us tomorrow as we have a lot of program coming up on the African Portal Radio TV International. Keep watching, keep doing the great work, and I will say to you, God bless you. For those of you that believe in our vision, God bless you. For those of you that support our dream, God bless you. We are just starting. We have not yet get there, but we believe that we will get there. So keep watching the African Portal. Keep talking about it. Keep enjoying sport. Keep talking about it, and God bless you. Very good. John Fashanu will come back soon on the African Portal. Sorry that we are unable to get him, but here as we sign out.
I got there early in my car to come and watch Justin play, and there was a load of babes all round the door. Beautiful ladies. They saw me. They mistook me for Justin. Justin, can I have your autograph? Whoa! I thought, this is my time. So I started signing autographs. Signing. It was wonderful. Fantastic. I never felt that before. I'm signing autographs, all these babes who are trying to kiss me and cuddle me. And then I felt that slap around my legs. I was arrived. He pulled me into a corner and he said to me very clearly, I never forget the words he said. He said to me, never live on my grace. You're good enough to get there yourself. You don't need to pretend that you're somebody else for people to love you. And he walked in. He looks like Justin Fashanu, but in fact he's just his 19-year-old brother John, who today makes his first full league appearance for Norwich City after coming on as a substitute amid much acclaim.